Hello, I'm Ruth Beach from Restore Balance, and this is 3 tips to help you to embrace your feminine power. So I've been supporting people to heal themselves for 24 years, and I understand that it's necessary to feel safe and secure in yourself so that you know you are able to look after yourself and to thrive. And I believe that we heal because we care about the people around us. And when we feel safe and steady, we can relax and let our inner light shine, and that benefits everybody. So my whole purpose and motivation comes from growing up with a mum who didn't feel safe and secure in herself, and seeing how much that limited her ability to be happy and relaxed and healthy. I'm grateful that she was my mum, and she was a fantastic mum, and I learned a lot from her. So through trying to support her as I grew up, and other people around me who I knew were struggling as well, I knew that I wanted to turn around my own feelings of anxiety and overwhelm and find a way to break the cycle. I knew that I couldn't help them fully until I knew how to help myself properly. And I didn't know how at first. I just knew that there must be a way to feel more steady and safe in myself. And what I teach now is 30 years in the making. I discovered that there are actually lots of ways that you can learn to help yourself. We can help ourselves to heal physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Okay, so talking about embracing your feminine power, this brings me to my first question for you. Thank you for joining me. I hope you find this helpful. So my first question is, how much time and effort do you put into thinking about what you really want in life? Do you give yourself permission to follow your dreams and the things that are important to you? So you might want to grab a notebook. There's going to be a few tasks, a couple of tasks, and it's really useful to write things down. It helps you to clarify your thoughts, to write things down, I find, and that connection between what's in your brain and physically writing things down can be really, really helpful to help you to kind of process what's going on. So when you've grabbed a notebook, under the heading Dream Life, jot down anything that comes to mind for you. So what would your dream life look like? And it might not be easy, but try not to let any doubts come in or ideas about what's possible. Don't let anything stop something that you want to write down, something that you really feel that you would like in your life. And you can pause this video if you need a few minutes to write things down. I'll just pause myself for a short while. So anything at all, anything that feels important to you, anything that you would really love. What would your dream life look like? So if you do have any thoughts about kind of limiting ideas about what's not actually possible, just forgetting that for now and just focus on what you really want. What would your dream life look like? Okay, so just give yourself a few minutes to write down anything that comes into your mind. And once you've thought about it and written some things down about what your dream life would look like, look at what you've written and see if you notice any feelings around what you need to do. And if that feeling of need feels like an obstacle or like pressure. So what I'm thinking about here is the energetic frequency, the energetic frequency of the words that we use. I won't go into too much detail about that. I'm happy to talk more about that if you're interested. But if you think about words like need to, have to, and must, they have a heavier feeling. They are a lower frequency, and they can make you feel dragged down and stuck. So words, the opposite end of that, words like want to, get to, and would love to are lighter, and they're more uplifting. They have a higher frequency. And by changing your thoughts, we can change our life. It sounds so simple, but that is honestly, it really is that simple. It's not easy to do necessarily. It's just habits that we can change. All habits are changeable. So this is to help yourself embrace your feminine power. Let's think about everything you already are. Instead of thinking about I need to, you need to do something, I need to improve this thing before I can be happy, or I have to clean this up, or I have to lose weight, or anything that you are kind of, any limiting ideas like that that are making you feel kind of lower, heavier, and bringing you down. So try and change the words to I get to, or even I'm grateful that I can, and feel into gratitude around what you actually already have in your life. And I know this sounds so simple. Yeah, I can just do that, that's easy. But this is just a few ideas to get you started on just seeing if you can think differently. And it's just the beginning. So if you're finding it difficult, just go with it. So if there's something physical that you feel like you need to change, instead of telling yourself something like, I need to get rid of, I don't know, big bum, big belly, whatever it might be. So with belly, so that's something, you know, when you're kind of getting older, around menopause age, that can be something that is a lot harder for women, all the things in the media. You know, we all go through our lives being bombarded with what women should look like. And instead of telling yourself, I need to get rid of my belly so that I can feel happy or so that I can feel better, tell yourself instead, I'm grateful that I have this wonderful belly that helps me to digest food and turn the food into nutrients that support me. And I know it sounds weird, but actually thanking your body for looking after you and keeping you safe tells your brain that you can relax and stop holding on to the protective layers that have been stored in your body for years. So this is something that I've done, and I do it whenever I think about it, whenever I realise that I'm being hard on myself and I'm kind of struggling in some way with my appearance. I had eating disorders when I was young, and it is a hard thing to rewire, but it is possible. It really is possible. So instead of looking at something you don't like about yourself, thank yourself. Be grateful that you have this body, you have the abilities that you have a body that looks after you. So that's the first tip. It might seem really simple, it might seem really difficult. Everybody's different, so just give it a try. Might feel really weird, but give it a try anyway. Okay, so moving on to tip number 2. So we've thought about the energy that's attached to the way that we think about ourselves. So now staying in a higher vibration and thinking about what you already have. Just have a think about everything you have in your life that you can be grateful for. Just keeping that, knowing that you have enough food to eat, enough water, you have a roof over your head, you have people that love you. So many things to be grateful for, and the weather's been beautiful. So at the same time, allow the possibility that you can create more ease in your life. So this is the feminine energy of creation and compassion. You are both a work of art and a work in progress. So we've looked at your dream life, what your dream life would look like, thinking about right now what you would love in your life, what you have in your life, and kind of stepping slowly forwards towards what you would really love. So this time, for this tip, think about a year from now. What would you really love your life to look like a year from now? How is your health? Do you do more things that you enjoy? And do you do those things more often? Is there something that you've been meaning to do that you keep putting off that's actually complete? So remember, you don't have to know how you're going to do the things that you would like to change in yourself a year from now, like to be different. And it's not even about changing, it's about any thoughts that you have around this, any ideas that come up. It's part of you, that comes from you. It's all potential that's already there in yourself, because you're already fantastic. There's already everything that you need, and you're just expanding your life. So this is about focusing on what you would really love in your life a year from now. And your task 2 in your notebook is to write down anything that comes up. Simple as that. And again, without allowing any limiting thoughts to get in the way of you writing anything, absolutely anything. It's all personal to you. Everybody's year from now is going to look different. It's your own personal dreams. And if you have any of those limiting thoughts coming up, something that's quite helpful again is to thank your brain for trying to protect you, but let it know that you're safe and you're fine, and this is actually a really exciting thing to think about. And just start the ball rolling with your brain kind of relaxing and starting to realise that there are possibilities. So just think about how your life would be different a year from now and write anything down. And again, you can pause the video. Okay, so once you've got everything written down, so it's one thing, moving on to number 3, it's one thing to think about your future life, just to think about it, but it's another thing to actually start to embody it, to move yourself in that direction. So this is kind of stepping into manifestation terms now. So actually moving yourself towards the life that you want. And I'm going to show you a visualization, and it's really helpful to move you towards embracing and stepping into your own feminine power. We all have, as women, we all have stronger feminine energy, and we all have that power of creating, we all have that compassion, and there are lots of labels that are put on women. I asked in my group about different archetypes, what archetype you might feel yourself kind of aligning with more. There's things like goddess and wild woman, and they all have different kind of ideas attached to them. And we all actually, because women are so complex and have so many different things in our lives, different things that we're good at, we actually probably fall into a lot more than one of those labels, those categories, and there are a lot of labels that can limit us, that can make us feel like, you know, we have to be one thing, or we can only be one thing. But we know in ourselves, in our feminine power, there's so much going on in there. There's so much potential in us, and what this is about is tapping into that potential and making it a possibility, so it doesn't just lie dormant inside you. So, if you are able to do so, and if you feel safe to do so, gently close your eyes. I'll keep mine open. And adjust your posture so that your spine is lengthened and aligned. So try not to sit back, try not to sit to the side, just try and keep your spine in an upright position. And if you're sitting on the floor, on a cushion, crossing your legs if you're comfortable, and if you're sitting on a chair, which is probably more likely, make sure both your feet are on the floor, so you might want to shuffle forwards on your chair so that you're supporting your own spine. So just so that you can stay relaxed and comfortable and you don't create any tension in your back and in your hips. So gently closing your eyes, spine aligned, and sitting with your feet on the floor if you're sitting on a chair. And breathing through your nose. Mouth is just gently closed. You can just rest your tongue gently on the roof of your mouth. So just feel that your face, all of your muscles in your face are relaxed, your mouth is relaxed, tongue isn't kind of pushing up, just relaxed. And let your abdomen expand naturally as you breathe in. And then it naturally gets smaller as you breathe out. And just carry on with slow, steady breaths, relaxing your body each time you breathe out, a little bit more and a little bit more. when you're feeling nice and comfortable and relaxed. In your mind's eye, imagine that you're walking along a corridor in a fancy, really beautiful hotel. And it's one of those quirky hotels, quite colourful, lots going on. And the corridors that you're walking along start to twist and turn. And it feels safe and comfortable. You carry on walking. It's exciting and enjoyable. And you just keep walking forwards, enjoying the journey. And eventually you see a big colourful door at the end of the corridor, and you walk towards it. And when you get to the door, you reach out and turn the handle. And as the door opens, you look through the door at the most beautiful garden, full of flowers and trees. You take it all in, looking around, seeing all the colours, smelling the smells of the flowers. And as you look around, you see sitting under a tree your future self. And she is you a year from now. And she is all the things that you want to achieve. And she's looking radiant and content. Now look at her closely. How is she different from the current version of you? How is her demeanour? What is she wearing? Is her hair different? Just take a few moments to really look, really think about what's different about her. What do you notice? And now you walk through the door into the garden, and you walk forwards towards your future self. And when you get closer, you step into your future self, become that person under the tree. How do you feel now? What do you notice about yourself? And knowing that this future version of yourself is the real you, slowly you can open your eyes and gently move your body. Okay, and if you want to, you can write in the comments anything that might have come up, or you can write it in your notebook. And so those are the 3 tips, 3 exercises, and you can repeat them in a few weeks' time and see if something different comes up. See if you feel like your life's actually starting to move further towards how you really want it to be. And if you would like any support to go deeper into embracing your inner power and helping yourself to feel more safe and steady in yourself. I'm planning a 3-week small group coaching course in a couple of months' time. So if you're interested in that, you can get in touch and I'll add you to the waiting list. And if you would like support now to make changes to your physical and mental well-being, I've put together a library of guided videos teaching you tons of Qigong and meditation, acupressure treatments and other self-healing techniques, which are all specifically designed for supporting women's well-being. I'll add more details about that as well. And I'll include the price of that underneath and any information around it if you're interested. And it's because I've put it all together as a package, it's going to have a special price, about half of the actual value of all those videos, and you get to keep the videos for life, and you have access to them for life, and you can also have personal support through a Facebook group and through Messenger. Okay, so let me know how you found those exercises, if you have any questions about them. If you want to tell me anything that might have come up, you can contact me personally, or you can put a message below. And I really hope that you found them helpful, and I hope you have a lovely day. Goodbye for now.